Hey, welcome to the Strategic Advisor Board again. This is Dr. Bruce Rippee with All Things Health and Wellness. I was asked about cluster headaches recently, and what could they do? What could I do for myself? The medications are out there. There are some, they're rare, by the way, but cluster headaches are those that happen on one side. They're hemispherical. They happen on one side of your head. They're extremely painful, and they happen about the same way every time. I hear it, I've seen it quite often, but often enough to know that it's a big deal. But it'll start in one place. It'll then just grow from that one place. It's always one side of the head. And the person that suffers with it realize that it isn't triggered by food. I didn't go out drinking last night. It's not caffeine. It's not tobacco. It's not any of that stuff. I just get this headache. By the way, this goes unreported a lot because people are tough. By and large, people are tough. That's one of the reasons why I want you to bake wellness into the fabric of your culture as a business, is because you want to be able to have discussions. Hey, this thing is going on. What can I do for me? Okay. Number one is water. Cluster headaches have been at least associated with some dehydration. The other thing that we're very sure about is that it has to do with the hypothalamus. We've tried it a whole bunch of different ways. Science, and that's the good science that actually tells you, hey, we've tried this, we've tried it again, and it worked every time. The hypothalamus basically is a lot that happens while you're sleeping, what slows you down, what speeds you up. So I would tell you that generally those people have had a day 2, 5, where their sleep has either been interrupted or is insufficient somehow. A lot of times people don't realize this. So let me just address cluster headaches very quickly. Water happens first. Number two is, if you get a cluster headache, my suggestion is go take a nap. Literally go take a nap and then go to bed at the normal time that you normally go to bed, whatever that is, right? And I'm going to tell you, drink something before you go to bed. Even though people are afraid of that, it's actually good for you. Your body rests and digests, and it needs all of that water to be able to do those things. So that's really how you address cluster headaches. I definitely want you to remember that cluster headaches are on one side of the head, though, because that's the one that's very rare for other headaches to be just hemispheric. So if you're having those are a big deal, and you've got to address them quickly. Get some sleep. And if you want my advice for cluster headaches, they're different from migraines. They're rare, right? They're misdiagnosed a lot, but I'm going to tell you that if you got pain on one side of your head, go to bed at the same time every night. Tell yourself, I go to bed at 10 o'clock. That's what it is. I'm done. I'm going to go to bed at 10 o'clock. And then I'm up at 6 or 6:30. I'm going to make sure I get my sleep, right? That's going to be super important for you. And water. Those are the two main things. There is a mild thought about magnesium right now, and you could probably add that into your diet because it's absolutely harmless. So I would say, let's try that anyway and see what happens. But other than that, cluster headaches can be cured. My suggestion would be, go for the water, go for the sleep. Those are the two main ones. I look forward to talking to you. If you have questions for me, I'm going to continue with headaches, migraines, and so forth on there in this series. But if you have questions for me, please contact me. These are where all these things come from. Dr. Bruce, DRBRUCE, at brintmed.com, BRINTMED.com. Just email me and say, hey, I have a question. I'd like to see you address it on your show. In the meantime, this is the Strategic Advisor Board, and I'm really glad to be part of it. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Be an example of what's possible.